All right. Good evening and welcome, everyone. This is Success Factory USA, and we're excited to have you here this evening once again to give you some updates of what's happening in the United States. But I just wanted to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to every single person that has been a part of the pre-launch. Thank you to everyone that has been a part of the actual official launch. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is just the beginning. Right? For 4 years, like we've been saying, Success Factory Global has been building around the world, right? In over 100 countries with over 500,000 distributors and hundreds of $1 million in revenue all over the world. And for that whole time, the United States has been locked out of the opportunity called Success Factory, where the mission of our company is to innovate wealth creation for all of humanity, is to innovate wealth creation for all of humanity, right? That's the mission of our company. That's what you're a part of. That's this great movement that you're able to see, that you're able to join, that you're able to share, and to have other people start to look at what's happening in a moment in time when there's chaos, in a moment in time when everything seems to be going backwards. Here we are all of a sudden where we have an opportunity to do something great with other people. We have an opportunity to be a brightness of the future for somebody else, right? Just as inflation is going through the ceiling, just as home prices, just literally last week, home prices were shown to be 20% higher than they were before. 20%. Can you imagine the average American, the average person in the United States, seeing their dollars not being able to go as far as they should, seeing the prices that they have to pay for rent and for their families, whether it's food or gas or housing, everything at this moment in time is going in the wrong direction. And here we are, a bunch of dreamers, a bunch of people that believe in destiny, a bunch of people that are willing to go to work, a bunch of people that are willing to be committed, a bunch of people that are willing to be persistent, a bunch of people that are willing to be patient, a bunch of people that look for and see a vision that's been given to them, right? People that see a vision that's been given to them, people that realize that you're a living, breathing miracle, predestined for greatness. And here we are, just as everything is going backwards, here we are as a beacon of hope, a shining light to people, as an opportunity, as a way, as a strategy to get your life moving into the right direction. I couldn't be more excited than what has happened so far and where we are at this current moment in time. And so I just wanted to say thank you. I want to say thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for giving your energy. Thank you for creating a space. Thank you for giving your time. Thank you for giving your energy. Thank you for giving your resources. And this, I can tell you, this is just the beginning, right? This is just the beginning. This is the first month in a long line of months that's going to be coming out of the United States. We have leaders from all over the world that are tuning into what's happening here in the United States because they realize that something is percolating, something is bubbling, something is about to happen. And over the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, I think if we stay committed, if we stay persistent, and if we stay full of gratitude and stay humble, but get after it with tenacity and get after it with grit and get after it with tough work, hard work, and do the work that other people aren't willing to do, right? Most people in moments of chaos, in moments of despair, just curl up and take the easy road. That's not for people that I hang around with. People that I hang around with love to learn. They love to lead. They love to influence. And more importantly, they absolutely love to empower other people. And so you're in good company this evening. You're in good company with the people that you hang around with. And we're going to spend a few 60 minutes to 90 minutes this evening just to give you an update of where we are. And then I've got two great friends of mine, two great champions, two great people that have world experience in leadership, in life, in entrepreneurship, in business, in sales, in team building. I have two of my dearest friends. They're going to share their life experience with you. And I guarantee you, they're going to pour into your soul. They're going to pour into your spirit. And you're going to be lit on fire, just like this flame, to take this message out to other people. So I just want to share my screen here with you. And hopefully you'll be able to see this. And I just want to give you some updates as we get started here. This session is being recorded for people that may miss it or couldn't join in, or they've got things going on. You know, life can get in the way sometimes. but that's just the way that it is. This is Success Factory USA. And this is just going to give you an update. 3 major milestones have happened just in the past 3 weeks. 3 major milestones. Milestone number 1, for the first time in Success Factory history, the affiliate fee went live. We've been talking about it for a long time. People have wanted to become an affiliate in the United States, but April 1st of this month was the first time that the affiliate fee went live. Milestone number 2 was 10 days later, Forex Insiders, last Monday. Forex Insiders, our leading product here in the United States, went live. The first time that product's been available to the retail market here in the United States. I just want to say thank you if you're a part of that groundbreaking, history-making moment in time. And then milestone number 3, one that was very important to me, was making sure that our first commission run went out, and that was on this past Monday. And we literally had so many affiliates that got their first paycheck, that first got paid. It's the first time. There can only be one first time. It was the first time in Success Factory history. It was the first time in Success Factory history that commissions were paid out in a different denomination other than euros. It was paid out into the USD. It was paid out into the US dollar. It was paid out to individuals for the first time through their own bank account through a company called PayQuicker. And it was the first time that people would have the opportunity to get paid as a business if you went in and edited your profile. There'll be more trainings on that, but I just want to say thank you for being a part of Milestone 1, Milestone 2, and Milestone 3. These are big deals. These are history-making deals. And if you were a part of it, if you were a part of the pre-launch, if you were a part of the affiliate fee going live, the Forex Insiders product going live, and if you were a part of that first commission run, congratulations to you. You will forever be etched into the stones of Success Factory history. You will forever be etched into the stones and the minds of people that you're starting to get around and influence, and the future generations of those people that you may never meet, but all of a sudden you were here at the beginning, you believed in something, you had faith, and you put your spirit into something, and it won't be forgotten. And I want to share with you a special message that came through one of our great leaders. And this just came to me literally right before we got onto this call, but I wanted to make sure that I was going to share it because I think it's extremely important to hear messages of other people, other worldly people that have had success. This particular gentleman is in the music and entertainment industry. This gentleman is also now living his life called to a field of ministry. He's helping couples all over the world, married couples all over the world. He's a number one recording artist in the world. His song went to number 1 on the Billboard charts for not 1 week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, not 4 weeks, not 5 weeks, but 7 weeks in a row. This gentleman is a platinum award-winning record and music producer, and he's got a special message for you all this evening.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your man, Montel Jordan, and I'm stopping by to show some love and appreciation and congratulations to Success Factory launching in the USA. Yo, this is a very big deal. I want to give some love to your entire team. I know you're going to add value. You're going to change lives because this is how we do it. I am excited for your global expansion. And just like my music has gone around the world, I know this launch is going to have worldwide impact. You know why? Because that's what happens when you're innovating wealth creation for all of humanity. Success Factory, thank you for allowing my music to be a part of your company's future success. I mean, think about it. Every global power company needs a theme song, right? This is how we do it. God bless y'all, and I'm proud of you.
I mean, we're just getting started here in the United States, and we're garnering the attention of people that have dedicated their lives to influencing and empowering other people, through showing other people how to become the best version of themselves through their God-given talents, and lighting up their souls and lighting up their spirits and lighting them up to see a vision that they have, a destiny that they have. This is just the beginning, and this is how we do it, right? This is how we do it. We're going to attract many people as the months go on and as the years go on, and you have my commitment. You have my commitment that Success Factory USA, we will find ways, not only through our products, but through powerful collaborations, to get our message out to the masses, to make it appealing, to make people understand and realize that there is a place of refuge. There's a place of hope. There's a place of coming to. There's a place of fortitude. There's a place of strength. There's a place of joy. There's a place of love that people are going to be able to go fight for their dreams. Because I can tell you this, the moment you start fighting for your dreams, the moment you start making decisions to cut away all other possibilities, that's when the enemies start coming. That's when the challenges start coming. That's when you're going to need people around you who can believe in you, who can build you up, who can fight through your battles with you, who can talk to you, who can pray for you, who can do whatever is necessary to get you on to the other side of victory. And I couldn't be more blessed, more humble, more grateful than the relationships that are coming around our company called Success Factory, right? And then as we started out, week number one, we've literally had hundreds of people rolling through different spots, different ranks. So you start out, you just become a member, you just become an affiliate, and then all of a sudden you start getting recognition. The moment you start building volume in your business, the moment you start recruiting and building a team, you start to see your ranks go up. You start to see your ranks continue to climb up the ladder. And I'm just proud that in the very, very first week, we've had so many people been able to hit the iron ranking. We've had people hitting, then ranking up and hitting the bronze. Then we've had people ranking up and hitting silver. And then we've had a handful of people already hit the gold rank in the first week. Why is that an important marker? This is an important marker called gold because it's at that marker that within your first 90 days of being an affiliate, if you hit this rank, you get an additional $250 Kickstart bonus. So I'm so excited that we've already had a handful of people hit that. We've had a couple of people already hit platinum. Platinum's extremely important because you actually need other people on your team to be hitting gold and silver and bronze. And when you hit platinum, not only do you get the $250 Kickstart bonus, but you also get the $500 platinum Kickstart bonus, meaning that we've already had a handful of people that have hit platinum that in the first 30 days, they're going to get this extra $750 bonus on top of their regular commissions already. And then we've also had people hitting Topaz. Topaz is a rank where you not only get the $250 gold Kickstart bonus, not only do you get the $500 platinum Kickstart bonus, but because of the promotion that showed you all last week, for the first 30 days of Success Factory USA, if you hit Topaz, you're going to get an extra $1,000 promotion bonus, meaning that we've had people that hit Topaz already that even in their first week, on top of their commissions, right on top of their commissions, they're going to get an extra $1,750 as a bonus to them for going ahead and doing what they are already supposed to do, right? Imagine if you're not that person that's doing that right now, but you want to be that person that's doing that, you got to ask yourself, what are you focused on? What are you looking at? What are you driving towards? What are you aiming towards? Are you being something are you somebody that just gets distracted and sidetracked? Or are you somebody that has the ability to stay laser beam focused on what it is that you're trying to do and where it is that you're trying to go? Hey, look, this is just the first week that people have been getting paid. But I got news for you. Those people that got paid, just think of that. Imagine the ability to get paid that every single week as a residual income. Remember, these are monthly subscriptions, which means that your commissions are on a recurring basis. There's three ways of making income. There's earned income, there's passive income, and then there's portfolio income, right? And we talk about Forex insiders and the ability to build portfolio income, but I'm most excited by these people right here. I'm most excited by the people that know how to go out and create wealth, create cash flow, right? Because that's where it all begins. You can't have portfolio income if you don't know how to go out and make money, if you don't know how to go out and create cash flow. So I love these people. I love these entrepreneurs that are out there that are already kicking it. They're already starting to get paid, that realize, hey, man, I did something and I'm going to get paid for it. But then it's also going to come to me in the second form of income, which is passive income, right? This is a residual type of business, meaning that you do the work, you do the effort, and you create the earned income. And then you do the work and you service and you do great customer service, then you're going to continue to get the passive income. And if you know how to do those two things, you're going to be able to take a percent of it and save it and start creating portfolio income. This is a game that I love the design of. I love the grittiness of it. I love the toughness of it. I love to hear the excuses that people come up with as a reason not to do it, just so they can go back to fighting it the hard way of working hourly or working yearly for their money, swapping time for money, never having a shot at how to create leverage, never having a shot how to create future generational wealth for them and their families. I love this group of people. I love teaching people how to go create earned income. I love teaching people how to go out and create passive income and ultimately get into portfolio income. But your mindset has to be right? You've got to have the right skill sets to be able to do it. And I'm going to introduce a great friend of mine. I've known this gentleman for 20 years. We've gotten into business and we've done big things together. We have also failed together, right? I don't think every single thing that you do in your life is a success. I think if that's all you talk about, then I have a question about who you really are. I love people that fight through the ups, getting to the ups, but I also love people that are also fighting when you're down and when you're losing. And Craig Cushman has just been a great friend. He's a great family friend. He's one of my best friends in the whole planet. He's someone I trust implicitly anywhere in the world. If I asked this gentleman to come there, he would be there. And the thing that I love about him is he's got deep decades of experience in the direct sales business. He's got decades of experience in executive leadership. He's got decades of experience in teaching people how to live a life with limitless possibilities. He's the chief sales officer of our entire company around the world. He works with all of our circle of champions all over the world. And so it's an honor and a privilege to be able to have one of my best friends, Mr. Craig Cushman, chief sales officer of Success Factory Global, join us on this call.
I cannot start my video.
No. Well, go ahead and start talking and let me see if I can, maybe I did something wrong like I did last week.
No, I just said yeah, I think you just have to turn it on.
Okay.
However you do that. Well, Jason, thank you. I have just enjoyed my relationship with you since the very beginning. And as you said, it's 20 years of ups and downs and fighting. It's really as if we are not friends anymore, but just family. We're just brothers. We've been through life's challenges quite a few times. We've learned some lessons together, and we've had some great experiences. And being in various places around the world together is an amazing experience. Let's see. It looks like okay. There we go. All right. Cool. And I love you, man. I love you and I respect you. I love your energy. And there's several things that you said that I took notes about when you first started your comments. And I wanted to actually restate them. You said two words that struck me and sparked me, and they were tenacity and grit. And what it kicked off in my brain is, first of all, I love the two words. I love tenacity as a word because it actually is a character trait. When you are a tenacious human being, it just simply means that you cannot be put down for long. You can't be held back for much. And that you're the kind of person that will fall down but get back up. And that is the hallmark of a champion. That is the mark of a champion. At the end of the day, I remember reading something from Richard DeVos, who's the founder of Amway. And I know we have a few people in this call that have come up through the Amway channels. And he said something that of all the traits, of all the character traits that he would say is necessary for success, in particular in Amway, but in business, let's just call it in life, is the trait of persistence. Now, I don't really have a separation in value or in understanding between tenacity, persistence, and relentlessness. Relentlessness is also a favorite word of mine because, again, it's a characteristic mindset. And in the beginning of something, this is why this is so exciting. I love beginnings of things. I love the idea of fresh, of new, of recalibrating, of reinventing, of renewing. And we all do. We all take a shower in the morning or whenever you do, and it's refreshing. And we use that word refreshing because it's a refreshment. It's a restart. And we have it organically each day, no matter how stormy, no matter how challenging, no matter how sad or difficult or shocking the day is. The night comes and rest ensues. Our body demands it. Our circadian rhythm slows us down. Melatonin is released from our amygdala into our system, and we slow down. Our pupils dilate. We relax. And as a result of that, we sleep. And in sleep, we get to put our body to stop, but internally, all the things that need to happen. And then our mind is free to clean out the noise and the chatter of the day and do whatever connections it needs to do. And then the sun comes up the next day and it's a new day. And somewhere in that night, we've gone through temperature changes in our bodies. There's a certain point where we're 5 degrees lower 2 hours before we wake up, temperature wise in our body, and we rebuild to this. And there are reasons for all of this stuff, and I don't know all of them, but I will tell you, I know that cycle of a 24-hour day is actually just a microcosmic reflection of what a week, what a year, what a life is. It's a cycle process. And so as a result of that, we have to program our mind. And you said it so beautifully because you talked about grit and tenacity. Grit is also right in that word. Grit is just that belief that you're going to do something despite adversity. Relentlessness is the same. Tenacity is the same. Persistence is the same. Grit lives inside of the word integrity. It's right in the middle. So you have this combination of doing things authentically, in integrity with yourself, in integrity with life, in integrity with your God, in integrity with your family, and doing it relentlessly. So when you make a decision about something, make the decision and don't back off of it. This is a big deal, right? Because so many people, they ebb and flow, and they literally put themselves into mediocrity by not making a full commitment and make that decision. It's literally that way. And a decision actually requires 3 decisions always. 1, you make the decision of what you want to do. Do you want to do this Success Factory thing? Do you want to be a black diamond in Success Factory inside of 13 weeks? Do you want to be a diamond inside of 30 days? What is it that you want to be? Make the decision. And then once you make that decision, every day you need to make that decision again. You need to make the decision that you made that decision and that you own that decision. And then the third decision you have to make is the decisions that you make, micro decisions that support the decision you made for the day, that support the decision you made for your life. This is not a secret to any of you, but it is a secret if you've never done it. It is a secret if you haven't lived it. And this is the thing. Success is simple. Success is really simple. But because it's so simple, it's why it's so hard. People feel like they have to know the secrets and the angles of everything. And that is a complete lie that you tell yourself to justify yourself back into where you're comfortable. Jason said it. Success is always just right outside of the areas that you're comfortable doing. It's not that big of a margin. It's not that big of a stretch. The difference between the winner of the Indianapolis 500 and the second place driver for 35 or 40 years measured now is less than a second. It's less than 1 second. That's the difference. That's the margin of difference between at whatever 200 miles an hour, the difference is less than a second between first place and second place. Yet the payout is $1.2 million for the winner and $600,000 for the second place. So that's a serious cost for a second of time. And if you're in second place, that cannot feel good. That cannot feel good at all. And so it really just comes down to like honing in and harnessing the power of your initial excitement and your beliefs. It is that. It is the harnessing of the power. And then fighting off the doubts and the fears that are naturally there for all of us. Your brain is designed to trick you. That amygdala that I talked about will create anxiety. It'll create doubts. It'll bring up all the negative talk that somebody gave you before or that you gave yourself, and it'll feed it in front of you. And then you'll either decide that you want to accept it or not. But if you decide that your dream and your belief is what you really want, then you have to snap in the tenacity. You have to snap in the relentlessness. You have to snap in that integrity with yourself, that integrity with your dream, and the integrity of the promise that you made to yourself, to your family, and then get on with being persistent. This is the process. You have to confront these doubts and fears. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I'm just reminding you and inviting you into confronting your decision-making process. Either it's coming from love or it's coming from fear. And the bad thing about coming from fear is the end result is you live out of control. You abdicate responsibility. You make excuses and you justify, and you have reasons for everything. And you get to the end of that and you're completely out of control and you're under somebody else's control. And that is not what most human beings want. I know that's not what people on this call want. If you choose from love, what's amazing is when you travel the path of love, the next stop on the path is abundance, that there's plenty out there for all of us, that we can share our way to the top. And then you go from there to owning and results, and you end up with results. Instead of reasons and excuses, you have results. And when you have results, you can actually take ownership of that, and then you're an owner of your life. You're an owner in your decisions. And when you're an owner, guess what? You're in control. So the pathway of love is control. The pathway of fear is out of control. And when you're out of control, likely you're going to be broke and sad and making more excuses for why you're broke and sad. And meanwhile, when you go from love, somehow your God, whatever it is, brings you magnetically and magically and plentifully the people and the opportunities that take you to that promised land of results, and you're in control. And then you have the ability to empower and give and contribute and matter and change. And oh my gosh, it's paradise. Literally just the choice from love versus fear. But it's a decision, and you have to just hone in on your priorities. I read somewhere that if you have more than 3 priorities, you have 0 priorities. If you say that you've got 10 priorities, I can tell you, you are a failure. You are losing the game of life. If you can't winnow your most important priorities down to 3 that leverage all the rest of it, then you are failing in life, and you're not going to make it to the end of this battle with plenty. So I challenge you and admonish you to step into clarity, step into definiteness of purpose. It'll change everything. You know the saying, the jack of all trades is the master of none. Right? If you try to know too many things, you have to know every angle of every Forex trade in the market. You've got to know all the 50 strategies, and you need to understand what Japanese candlesticks are, and you need to know how MLM works and every angle and every piece of the compensation plan. I'm going to tell you, you're going to twist yourself into a cobweb, and you're going to be stuck. And meanwhile, some young buck who doesn't care about all that stuff just wants to recruit, build a team, talk to as many people as possible, that person's going to accelerate. You're either a generalist or a specialist. In different times and in different seasons in business, in corporate business, There are needs to be a specialist and there are needs to be a generalist. If you want a brain surgeon to work inside of your skull, you do not want a generalist doctor to come and help you with that. If you want someone to help you with your financial well-being, your money that you worked hard to get, you don't want a generalist to tell you what to do with your money. You want somebody who's got a specialty that can do it. You have the ability to be a specialist in Forex without being a master, without being a full-time trader. You can be a specialist with giving an opportunity to help people make money. And not only can you help them make money with our business and our product, but with building a team that will help them make money. So you literally have this ability to help people make money and then help them make money with the money that they just made. And that is an exception. That's our product. Like, that's our service. That's our business. We're not selling, go-go berry juice out of the Amazon that just got found by somebody. This is what everybody talks about all day, every day, which is, how do I make more money? How do I feel better about my life's plan? How do I get peace of mind? How do I get security into my life? How do I keep more money that I have? This is a master. This is a master challenge, and it's a master opportunity. And I want you to understand, if you master the human dynamics, because here's the scoop. The scoop about success is actually this simple. It's like 5% technical knowledge and 95% interpersonal human dynamics. You mastered the human dynamic side and don't know anything about the technical side, you'll still be a wealthy, successful, influential human being. You master the technical side and no human skills, you're still smart but broke. And that's a fact. That's not a statistical anomaly. That's just a fact. It's important that you focus on how you inspire people to come and play the game with you, because Jason said it. It's mindset, skill set, and tool set, right? Mindset is the name of this game. It's how you communicate. It's about energy. I've said this before, but Benjamin Franklin, this will be on my tombstone, I'm pretty sure. At least I've said it for 20 years that it would be. And that is what Benjamin Franklin said. He said, energy and persistence conquer all things. Now, energy is, yes, it's human, excitement. Like I am an energetic human being. If you're around me, you'll feel the energy. I'm always vibrating like this. I always talk like this. Hands are always moving. I'm intense in my excitement, and I'm intense in my love. I'm a passionate human being. I'm extraordinarily passionate about what I do, who I do it with about my family, about my friends, about what we do. And sometimes I'm even a little hyperbolic, like, wow, this ham sandwich is the best ever, and it's sometimes over the top. I mean, it's just a ham sandwich, dude, like chill. But this is something that is true. So what I want to tell you is that when you extract that passion and let it layer through everything that you do, people feel that. And if it's sincere and genuine, people feel that. And we're not born with that. I'm just telling you, we're not born with beliefs. We're not born with fears, and we're not born with habits. We're born with a couple fears. If a baby's on the ground and you clap, the baby will get startled. There are some basic, base brain fears that are there, but we're not born with fears of human being. We're not born with fears to try things or fears to not build a business. Those are inculcated. Those are allowed to exist in our head. And we are allowed to extract them and evict them from our heads as well. We are allowed to rewrite our story. Nobody told you that whatever life path you've come up with is the one that you must currently accept and live from. You're not responsible to do that. You literally can change and rewrite your life's history and your life's path to whatever you need it to be to make you go wherever you need to go. Because there are lessons everywhere that are valuable, and you need to go extract those and then move on to the forward. 20% of your life at most looking back and learning what you needed to learn, and 80% looking forward at what it is you want to have, who you need in your life to help you get that. And that's the magic. And so, it's a process of energy and persistence, which is that passion, that excitement, the way you think, the way you believe, the way you tell the stories, all of that. And then it's the rigor, it's the commitment, it's the repetitive nature, it's the standing back up when you want to stay down after you fall down. It's not required. You are literally invited to get up and step up and play bigger. And I was teaching something on our global call not that long ago, and I kind of wanted to share that with you again. But it's this. There's several elements in what we do, and I just kind of drew it out. It's called ethos, pathos, logos, agora, and kairos. Now, here's the thing. This comes from Aristotle. Aristotle is really the father of democracy, the father of Western thinking. What we do today is still a reference from 2,500 years ago, from this little Greek dude walking around in a bathrobe on top of stones inside of the Parthenon and Athenaeum and everything else. But here's the thing. We have what these stand for. These are modes of persuasion. He called them the artistic proofs, and they're modes of persuasion. There are things when Kevin Mullins preaches, he's actually accessing all of these things, and I'll explain what I mean by this. Ethos is the ethics of which you're speaking of. So when you're speaking about Forex or the opportunities to earn money from the business and then create money through the products, that's an ethical conversation, and it's one that you have to actually address ethically, because people are always concerned about their money, how they make it, where it comes from, where it goes, etc. So there's the ethics. The pathos is really the passion by which you speak. So what people don't always remember the words you say, but they always remember how you made them feel about what you said. They always remember whether you were lit up, whether you were on fire. And that's why, and Kevin's referenced it before too, the reference to Reverend Wesley, when he would say that people would come from miles and miles to watch him burn. The bottom line is he wasn't actually burning at the stake like the Salem witches. He was actually burning from the inside, from his passion. And it's just what Ben Franklin said: energy and persistence conquer all things. People are attracted to this more than anything. And so Jason and I have this conversation all the time, like if you're at karaoke, or if you're at the airport and one person is enthusiastic about what they do, you're like, it changes your whole experience. You're like, man, I'm really glad that person has passion for what they do, because otherwise this would be a mundane, boring experience. So ethics, passion, and then logic. There's got to be a sequential story, a logical A to Z experience. If I do this, I start here, I go here, and that means this, right? So there's got to be some logic. But there are two other pieces that make a difference in the whole conversation that are often ignored. One is agora, which is the space that you're in. So if you're Kevin Mullins and you're preaching in a church, that's the agora, that's the space. The ethics, passion, and logic will be in the sermon, but the space is this. The other one that's a big one is kairos. This one's never talked about, but kairos is timing. Timing is everything. And Bill Gross, who's a famous incubator of business, says of the five keys to success in a startup, timing is overwhelmingly the main one, right? We could have come with a Forex solution 4 years ago to the United States, and I can assure you the timing would have been way off. The timing is way on right now. Products in network marketing have not only ebbed, but they're on a downward trend. People are bored with buying shampoos and things from other people when they can just order it on Amazon, have it tomorrow at a lesser price. Like, honestly, that's what's happening. It's commoditization. The threats of business are are basically distraction, commoditization, and I'm trying to think what's the third one, but I'll think about it. But the point is that, oh, competition. So you got distraction, competition, and commoditization. So if you sell shampoo and it's the best shampoo in the entire world, it makes your hair so soft and fluffy and it smells so good. It's amazing, and it's $20 a bottle, and you get it through your local neighborhood MLM salesperson. So that's fantastic, okay? But here's the deal: I'm not that excited to hear about shampoo very much. So I'm easily distracted. Oh, great. Oh, it's cool shampoo. Great. Boom. Let me talk about something I'm interested in. So I'm distracted. I've got a 6 to 8 second attention window. Our world has gone crazy in terms of our respect for one another's time and information. We literally listen to people for less than 10 seconds. We're like goldfish. We don't have any attention span. So if it isn't awesome, if it doesn't fascinate me, I'm not paying attention to you. I'm moving on to the next thing. So here's what's cool about what we do. It's fascinating. Who knows about Forex? Nobody. Nobody knows what it really means. They've heard about it, but they don't know what it really means. So you instantly have a fascination advantage as you start the conversation about foreign exchange. What? What does that mean? And, oh, it's the biggest market in the world? What? I never heard of it. $6.6 trillion. I don't even know what that number means, but I know it's big. Oh, well, it's, thousands times bigger than the New York Stock Exchange. Well, I know that New York Stock Exchange is big, so that's really huge. Boom, fascination, fascination, fascination. You have attention span. You beat the first one, which is distraction. Competition. Listen, we have no competition in what we do. We're the best service at the lowest price. And there's nobody out here doing what we do. There's several choices and different things out there. I'm not saying we're the only players, but in terms of competition, this isn't a convenience store product or a big box store. This is a unique scenario. And it's about people's money, which is what everything they do, every job they have, every effort they make is about creating more money. And we are actually going to have a conversation about that. So we're beating all the stuff. So the first one, distraction, got them. Competition really isn't any. And then the last one, which is the death knell for most companies, is the commoditization. Man, if I could get it on Instagram, or not Instagram, if I can get it on Amazon and have it tomorrow, you know what? You're just another meatball in the sauce. I mean, you're nothing special. So you don't want to be another meatball in the sauce. You want to be the entree. You want to be the only restaurant in town. You want to be the blue ocean. You don't want to be the red ocean. You want to be the blue ocean that everybody wants it. And the only place to come and get it is from you. And that is where we are right now. And that's a big deal. And that is all about Kairos and Agora. And now your ability to ethically, excitedly, and passionately, and logically tell that story is when people come into the arena. Now, when you go into the arena, you're going to go to play to win. And that means preparation, and that means consistency. And you have to show up and be seen. And here's a guarantee. The moment you show up, you're going to get your butt handed to you. You're going to get rejections. You're going to have people sign up and then quit. You're going to have people be excited and leave. All of that's going to happen. That's business. Get over it. Get over it. Like, just move through the process every day, every day. In the course of time, you'll build all of the calluses, all of the metal, all of the muscle, all of the strength to handle all of this stuff. And it doesn't really matter. And when you're earning an income in 6 and 7 figures all the time, when one person comes and goes, you just don't care. Right now, maybe you do, but at a time you won't. And this is the mindset. You literally have to snap yourself into that mindset right now. And I'm excited. I'm excited that on this first payroll, we have a couple of people that already are acting that way. They're already seeing that way. And some of them are already starting to see paychecks coming that way. This is about results. You do not control your results. Everybody wants better results. If I was seeing you in front of a room, I could ask you. Everybody wants to make more money, feel better, have better results, have a nicer car, have a nicer house, have more money to go do stuff. Everybody wants that. If you don't, get off the phone and just go back to eating your ice cream. But Everybody wants that. So you're going to talk to the people that want that too. And so results are the name of the game, but you don't control those. They're like a byproduct of all those behaviors, all the beliefs, and all the actions. So you have to actually go deeper into yourself and work on the mindset, which is that fluid awareness. Your mindset is not like your catalog of thoughts. Your mindset is your fluid awareness. It shouldn't actually even have the word set in it. It should be mind flow, because it's literally, your mind never sets. It's always in flow. It's always in motion. It's always in, even when you're asleep, it's just vibrating and all kinds of stuff. So here's the thing. Your mind flow is that fluid awareness. How do you affect the fluid awareness? Well, you go into your deeply held beliefs, which are your conditioning, and you restructure, rewire, rechallenge, recommit, reinvent all of that conditioned thought, doubt, fear, and you crush it before it ever comes to the surface. And when you do that, you literally affect the fluid awareness that helps you drive the actions that will yield the results. All you care about is your actions. All you care about is, did you do them or didn't you do them? Not what's the result, what's my bank account, because you're going to look at all that stuff anyway. But all you should care about is, did you do them or didn't you do them? Failure is not doing them. Failure is quitting before you did the last one. Do it, do it, do it, and let the results take hold. Now, on the other side of that equation, it's your attitude. Your attitude determines everything, right? If your attitude is bad, you're in your way, right? If you ever had a bad attitude about a restaurant or a movie or a date or whatever, then you already foreshadowed the bad experience with it. So if you foreshadow good things, that means your attitude is helping you be on your way to whatever the result is that you want. It's a subtle difference. Your attitude determines whether you're in your way or on your way. It's one letter, an I or an O. Either you're in your way with a bad attitude or you're on your way with a good attitude. How do you adjust your attitude? You take notes in things like this. You go out and you try it and you fail, and you introspectively look at, what did I do wrong? What did I do? What could I do better? And you tweak, refine, you tweak, you fail, you win, you fail, you tweak, you refine. And that is a talent building experience. And then every time you have a conversation with Jason or with Kevin, you listen for a phrase or a word or a nugget, and you put it into your portfolio. And before you know it, you have this rich text of words and content and context in your brain, and you become thicker and wider and stronger and more valuable. And not physically, I mean spiritually and emotionally. People feel you when you come around the corner. And this is a big deal, because that is the energy that I'm talking about. But it takes the persistence that Ben Franklin talked about. It literally is that. And then you get into other people's worlds. Then it's really that interpersonal dynamic stuff. You work on yourself, but you work on yourself simultaneous to how you work with other people. When you seek first to understand who they are and what they want, then you'll be able to be listened to. The other adage, the same adage is, I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care. But here's the rub. I can't tell how much you care when you're so busy telling me how much you know. And I literally don't care how much you know until I think you care about me and about my journey and where I want to go. I want to do it with you, but I'll only do it if I build rapport. And then when I have rapport, I can build trust. I'll never get to trust, and I won't even take actions with you if I don't trust you, right? So I won't take actions without trust. I can't get to trust without rapport. And I can't get to rapport unless you try, unless you ask me questions and you come into my world first. If you don't come into my world first, adios, amigo. I will move on to the next thing, the next person, and I'll just call it your fault, not mine, because I was ready and willing to do something, but you failed to communicate properly with me. Don't fail to communicate properly. Work on this, on how you interact with others, and inspire others to take at least enough action to be investigators of what we do, to be customers of what we do, because they want to make money. Everybody does. So listen, I'm going to stop there. because I can literally do this for hours on end. I mean, Jason knows this because I've done this with him for 20 years, but I don't have as many amazing things to say as I know the other speaker on this call has. So I'm going to stop there and just say the same thing that Jason said. And that is this: I really appreciate all of you. This is an entrepreneurial startup situation that requires a mentally tough human being. This is not easy. It's exciting. I mean, if Montel Jordan's going to get on and go, "This is how we do it," I mean, come on, that's out of control. That's out of control. Awesome. But listen, this is how we do it. We're gritty. We're gutty. We're raw. We're young. We're lowercase g, but we're working to a big G, a capital G. And this is the thing. It's going to take grit. It's going to take tenacity. It's going to take relentlessness. It's going to take integrity. It's going to take persistence. It's going to take all the things. It's going to take failing and sucking and hating it. But listen, dare to suck so that you can dare to be awesome, because that is what is required of us. We have a fiduciary, spiritual responsibility to bring wealth opportunities to those that have no hope. And there are so many of those. And we can change the hope factor in every country where we go. And it's required by all of us to do that. We'll make money as a byproduct of those behaviors and those actions and the lives that we inspire. And so with that, I'll give it back to you, Jason. Be awesome, you all, and we look forward to seeing you on the next round.
Boom. Thank you very much, Mr. Craig Cushman, Chief Sales Officer galore of the Global Success Factory team. So it's good to have great friends that are with you, fighting along the way, that have deep experience. But what's most important is not only experience, but the willingness to share it with other people. And that's one of the things I admire most about Craig, is his willingness to share his life experience, willingness to share what he knows, because it's a methodology both he and I subscribe to, which is people teaching people, person to person. It's one of the greatest things you could ever do, is to each one teach one and pass along the knowledge. And it's not what you know, it's what you do with what you know, which is everything. And so we're going to continue rolling on. I have some updates, some ideas to give to you as you're out there navigating the waters of Forex Insiders and the app. I'm not going to turn this into a big, deep Forex Insiders product training, because I think that the primary focus, while you want to learn and understand the product and you want to go through the demo product and then, for 30 or 60 days to get familiar with it and then move into, doing the real thing, is you're just trying to get familiar with something that you're not used to doing, right? You want to get familiar with something that you're not used to doing, while making sure that you're keeping the main thing. And the main thing is sharing the opportunity with people, showing other people how to go make money, how to go and create that earned income and then that passive income. But it's usually at the moments and right at the beginning, right as everything goes out to you, you exude the energy, and then the doors open and everything's up and the affiliate fees are there, the product is there, and then people are getting paid. And the natural thing to do is to wane your energy. It's like blowing up this balloon. Like, we're going to build Success Factory. It's pre-launch. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And then it goes to launch and we hit all 3 milestones. And then it's just, wow, the next 2 weeks, you just forget to continue blowing the balloon up. You forget to continue doing the work. You forget to keep having the conversations that you had leading up to it. And here's what tends to happen to people that are one-time champions, people that only do something one time, or people that only do something maybe a little bit, but they don't really know how to be a champion. They don't know how to be a champion for a whole month or 2 months or 3 months. They don't know how to be a champion for 6 months or 9 months or 12 months. As they fall into a trap. And it's one of the saddest stories to see around the world. As I went around and traveled all over this planet, it was sad to see people that had talent, people that had capabilities, and people that had capacities just giving up on their dreams, giving up on their destiny, because they felt like it was getting too hard, not realizing how close they were to a massive breakthrough in their life, not realizing how close they were to God just swinging open a door for them, opening a window for them. It was right around the corner, and it looks like this. This is the way that it looks. It looks like over time, right? Over time, in the very beginning, right? In the very beginning, you're exuding a lot of energy, right? You're exuding a lot of energy. You're making phone calls. You're learning new skills, new apps, new movements, things, words that you've never spoken out of your mouth before, right? All this energy at the very beginning is very, very high, and the results and the income is very, very low, right? It's always that way in the beginning as an entrepreneur. It's always that way if you're just trying to get physically fit again and you haven't been physically fit for a while, because you got to exude a lot of energy and you barely see any results. But then over time, something happens. Over time, something happens. The amount of energy is required to get a higher level of results. The energy versus results quotient actually flips, right? Over time. Once you learn it, once you understand it, once you've developed yourself, once you had self-awareness and self-management and social awareness and social management, once you've learned how to do those things, the amount of energy it takes to get a high level of results goes down. And this is what oftentimes people will call right here, this magical moment when your results exceed the energy. Most people call that an aha moment. Or, you know what? God spoke to me, or something spoke to me, or my spirit spoke to me. This moment in time where you realize something that you've been dreaming about is finally coming true for you. The problem is that most people stay over here. And this is where most people end up quitting, right? Most people end up quitting because the energy is high and the results are low. They never give themselves enough time to get here, and they go ahead and they quit, and they go ahead and they quit. They go ahead and they quit, and then that becomes the habit for themselves. And so don't let that be you. Make sure that you move through that magical moment in time. Make sure you try to figure out, how can I make this moment in time happen sooner? How can I make this moment in time happen sooner? The way you make it happen sooner is you have massive activity. You just launch straight into it. And I think that you'll see there's certain leaders that are already coming around Success Factory. They're already self-organizing. They're already self-educating. They're already self-teaching. They're already doing things together in a way that's going to allow people to move to this spot quicker. And I think that you'll see replication, but somebody has to be the first one to go through it. Don't be somebody that quits. Be somebody that fights through it all. Now let me share my screen and get back into some education for you as you're moving into this product called Success Factory. I just want to share a couple of things. This isn't going to be a deep training for it, but I do want to share some things with you so you can be aware of it. Let me see if I can get my stop sharing here for a second. And I need to get this annotation thing on here. Let me do it this way. All right. So if you're inside Forex Insiders and you come down to this, there's a little spot right down here. And it's a drop-down menu that says see more. Now, you're not be able to see the screen good if you're looking on your phone or whatever. We're recording this and we'll send it back out. But the thing I want you to be aware of is that I created a video for some people. I sent it out. Maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't, but I walked through a whole bunch of things. It was more in how to set up with a demo account, with a live account, connecting to them up, and how to put a trade in and do the demo account. Okay, but there's one part in there that I didn't go through because it wasn't a product training, and it's called calculating a lot size. Now, don't get trapped up into the word lot size. It's just a numeric number, but I want to show you how to go find the numeric number for yourself so you know where to put it in. And once you put it in, you don't need to worry about constantly having to put it in for every single trade, because MetaTrader usually keeps it in there for you. All right, so if you go down here to see more, there's this one little button down here that says calculate lot size. You're just going to click on that button and it's going to pull this screen up over here. It's called calculate lot size. If you hit this little metric right here, it'll pull up a drop down menu and it'll show you all the different currencies. So obviously we're here in the USD. Then in this little bracket right here, you're going to enter your account balance. So as a demonstration, I'm just putting $200 in. Yours may be $100 or yours may be $500 when you go live. In the beginning, it's just a demo account. Just put in a number and just learn how to put these numbers in. Okay. And then right here, you're going to pick a risk level. You're going to pick a risk level. So we offer risk levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should not, you'll see if you choose risk level 4 and 5, it'll tell you this is above our risk tolerance. We try to encourage people to remain at risk level 1, 2, or 3%. So here I'm just saying it's 2. And what you'll see is it will calculate a number for you, right? It'll calculate a number for you. Here it's 0.02. Now you don't need to get lost in what that means and try to figure out some fancy calculation or all that. Here, what you just need to know is I need a number to start with. I need a number to start with. 0.02 is a lot size. So then when you're over in your MetaTrader app, if you're over here for a demo account, is where we encourage you to start. You're going to take this number, 0.02, and you're going to see. So if you had this trade idea in and it was a sell idea, so if this was a Swiss franc against the Japanese yen, there's a number right here, and it's right above the price, stop loss, and take profit. This is where you'll enter that number in, and you can see that you can add plus 0.01, and you can add numbers, and then you can also subtract numbers. Okay, so you can add numbers and you can subtract them. So the main thing is just to go put it in there at the very beginning, and then when you come back over here and you say, oh, I need my entry price, then I put my entry price in here, then I say my stop loss, and then I put my stop loss right here, and then I see a take profit. Let's say I take profit number 2. I take profit number 2, and I put it over there. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. That's calculating a lot size. I would go ahead and try that out. You'll see it inside of Forex Insiders. You'll see a little drop down. You'll see calculate lot size and go through it for yourself. Now, the second thing that I want to show you is to understand how we give ideas out and how sometimes an idea may look like it won for some people and it didn't win for other people. And let me explain the rationale behind it. This is more going to be an advanced training that we'll get into. This is more for people that are going to push down the active side. But I do want to make you aware of what you're looking at inside of Forex Insiders when you see some of these comments that come out. And so when you're right here, first of all, let me point this out. When you're in Forex Insiders and you see this idea, you see this mountaintop, you'll see that there's a number up here. This number says 3. It means that there's 3 comments that have been provided by our Forex trading expert. Sometimes it'll say 0, sometimes it'll say 1, sometimes it'll say 2, sometimes it'll say 3. I would encourage you to click on that if you see that there's a number in there. Why? Because the trader, we're providing you some important pieces of information if you happen to want to be more on the active side. So let me show you what I mean by this. This was a prime example of what happened today, right? So we had a trading idea that came out early in the morning. It was a Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. Right, it was a Swiss franc against the Japanese yen, and the idea said is that it was the idea inside of here. You'll see that this note down here says active traders can use market execution, right? And it's an EP zone. That means that it's an entry price zone. For the passive traders, we give one number. It's called the entry price. For people that are active, it's an entry price zone. And so over time, that will become familiar. I won't go deep into it now, but if you come to a training that we're going to be doing live here in a week and a half, we'll get further and further into it. It'll be things that you become familiar with that are actually really easy to pick up. This is an entry price zone. So it gives you an entry price zone from 1.35.24 to 1.35.2. Here's all that means. When you go into the trade over here, let me clear this out so it's not going to be confusing for you. So when you go into MetaTrader, and you're looking at, hey, this is a stop loss number right here. This is a stop loss number, or this is the entry price, sorry. This is the entry price that we provided right here. The entry price zone is the entry price that we provided, and it's a zone. It's a range, right? It means that the trader has seen something that it may go all the way up to entry price, but that this trade is moving in this direction already. And if you want to move your entry price down, you can catch the trade sooner. Right? So I actually did this myself. This is actually my trade right here. So I actually moved my entry price down. And then you see later on that it says, you get another notification that says active traders who got it, it hit the take profit 2 target. Those that you viewed it didn't adjust it, right? You're just pure passive, just cancel the idea. And here's the reason why. It's because you can see that this idea ended up winning, right? It was a sell idea, went from here and it ended up going down here. So this was down to take profit 2, and I ended up winning money this morning on this trading idea. And then after that, our trader said, if you didn't do that and you were just on the passive side, and anytime you see a notification that says delete the trade, make sure you go and delete the trade. Make sure you pay attention to those ideas, because you can see this is where I got into the trade and this is where I got out of the trade. And then right here, right about here is when Forex Insider said, go ahead and delete the trade because it's not going to go all the way back up and hit the entry price again. It's already moving and it's crashing all the way down here. So you want to get out of the trade and minimize any and all risks that you have at that moment in time. So those are just two important things to pay attention to. Learn how to get into the product, learn how to go and calculate a lot size, learn how to put it in there through the demo account, and then learn and practice and see when these ideas come out, learn how to read the notes and learn how to read the justification for it. Okay, so that's some training, that's some tips for you. We'll continue to do more. Don't worry, don't try to get confused. Like Craig said, the more you go down a rabbit hole, sometimes you lose focus and stop having conversations to share an opportunity with people. And so let me give you some updates of what will be coming over the next 90 days, 180 days, and through the end of the year for Forex Insiders, right, and Success Factory USA. So the next 90 days, we're actively working hard. We're doing due diligence. We're testing. We're in a rigorous process that I believe over the next 90 days, we'll be adding one or two Forex trading experts that will also cover, that will be here in the United States. And that's great news because currently all of us pioneers in the US, we're trading from traders that are giving us ideas from Europe, which means that they come early in the morning, but we're going to continue to make the product better. We're going to continue to bring on more and more Forex trading experts, which means not only will we cover more time frames, but we'll also be able to offer out more ideas during the day. So remember, sometimes there'll be 0 ideas in a day. Sometimes there'll be 1, sometimes there'll be 2, sometimes there'll be 3. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, and sometimes they're canceled. You have to give yourself 12 to 18 months to learn the process and learn how to go through it, to learn how to have your money go make more money for you. Right over the next 180 days, we'll be opening our U.S. office. Right now, it's currently starting to get under construction in Alpharetta, Georgia. It's a beautiful 8,000 square foot office. It'll be fantastic. It'll be designed for all the field leaders. We'll have a big virtual reality studio in there. We'll have a big training studio in there, and it'll be designed and to be utilized by all of you. We're going to continue to enhance Success Factory and the Forex Insiders product. I think you understand some things that we're trying to do, some things we're working very hard in the background to make it easier, to make it even higher quality than it is right now. And so everyone that's here right now is going to be able to reap the rewards as the product continues to get better. And then at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, in the last quarter of this year, we're already starting to plan a massive, massive live event here in Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere in the greater Atlanta area. And it will be open to all of Success Factory around the world, but predominantly for Success Factory USA. Anyone is going to be able to come, but we're looking forward to doing a massive, massive live event here in the United States and let people around the world know who we are. Let people know who Success Factory USA is by having an experience of us. And then we'll also be talking about different global events and incentive trips. We're planning trips all over this world, people, which means that if you're someone that's moving up those ranks, if you're getting the promotions, if you're working hard, if you're getting the bonuses, you probably would have the opportunity to attend global events and also win global incentive trips anywhere and everywhere around the world. And you deserve to know what that's going to feel like for you. The other things that we're doing, make sure that you pay attention to the 30-day promotion. Again, we'll send the information out for you. And then we'll be hosting a leadership meeting on Saturday, April 30th in Atlanta, in Alpharetta. There'll be a link right here. I'll put it into the, I think I can put it into the chat if I can. There's a registration that's up there, but we're renting out a private movie theater. We're renting out a private movie theater, which means this event will only be open. This event will only be open for 50 people, right? That's it. It's going to be a leadership training. It's going to be in Alpharetta, Georgia. It's going to be right next to where our office is getting built. So after 2 p.m., you'll be able to walk over with us and we'll walk up to the floor that we're building. It's all just being built. It's raw. But you'll be able to come in there and you'll be able to cast a vision for yourself and see what's coming, to see what you're a part of. So this is going to be a small, intimate, intense leadership meeting. We'll go through all the basics of recruiting and building, maximizing the compensation plan, Forex Insiders, and other leadership scenarios that we'll go through. And then also, we're going to be starting a Success Factory USA Telegram channel that'll be a place that corporate and leaders will be able to post information of relevant information, whether it's trainings, videos, how-tos, manuals, those kinds of things. It'll be a Corporate Success Factor USA Telegram channel. There's 2 links that are here. I'll put them in the chat box at the very, very end of the meeting to make sure that you can go ahead and get registered. Now, if you do register for that leadership meeting, it's not going to be a cost to you, and there'll be a light lunch provided for you. Why do we do that? Right now, it's just as a thank you. Right now, it's a thank you to those that have fought hard in the beginning. It's a thank you to those that have believed. It's a thank you to those that had faith, that have persistence, that had tenacity, that have some sort of vision that's a multi-year vision. And you have to ask yourself, where do you see yourself in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 years from now? If you're somebody that really is going to be a leader, that's really going to be committed, that's really going to give yourself 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we want you inside of that leadership meeting. And that when that link goes out, it's a simple Eventbrite link. Don't go out there and try to scoop up all tickets, all 50 tickets. Get one for yourself and one for somebody of your business partner. There's only 50 seats. That's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. Right? So you will have to make your way into Alpharetta, Georgia and find a place to stay, but we'll provide the venue, we'll provide the training, we'll provide the know-how, and more importantly, what I'm really most looking forward to is building a relationship with you. Right? I like Zooms and I like being able to have these things from the comfort of my home, but I love building relationships. Relationships are a form of wealth to me. And I look forward to being able to build a relationship with you, with everyone that's around here. And so with that, I'm going to turn the end of the call over to someone that we've been building a relationship together for a long time. 6 or 7 years we've been building a relationship together. We met at an exclusive leadership training, same type of thing. It was small, it was intimate, and people paid a lot of money. I mean, they paid a lot of money to come into this event. I was the opening speaker there, and this gentleman was a closing speaker. And ever since then, we connected, we built a relationship. We would text each other, we would inspire each other, mentor to each other. I'd say I'm on probably the best receiving end of the mentorship. This gentleman is like no other. And for 6 years, we've been looking to do something together from a business side. But more importantly, we've been looking at something to do that was long lasting, that would echo against the backdrop of all of eternity, and that we're looking for something to do in the right context, in the right environment, to allow people the opportunity to have their souls and their spirit lit on fire, so that people would ultimately live a life full of empowerment and full of spirit, and do things that know that they can have the certainty. They can have the certainty that their God-given talents would be guarded, would be pruned, would be loved on, and they would have a shot at becoming a person that they saw inside of a vision for themselves. And so I love this man. He's become a great, 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 great friend of mine, a mentor, a leader of leaders. He is a humble giant. He's someone that's from this particular industry that's made 7 figures hand over fist, year after year, decade after decade. He's an entrepreneur. He does things in the music industry. He does things in the movie industry. He does things in the philanthropic industry, and he does things in ministry work. And I love this gentleman, and I love having someone like him around. And you ought to be thankful and grateful that someone like this has helped leading the charge. He's just one of many. There's so many other people that are coming around in the United States. Without any further ado, I'd love to turn it over to a great friend, great leader, great empowered leader, Mr. Kevin Mullins.
Hey, Jason, can you hear me okay, buddy?
I got you just fine. I know you're not going to turn your video on, but let it rip, brother.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Jason and Craig and, really everybody that's tuning on as well. I know for those of you that are still here on live, it would be easy just to ask for the recording. But there's something special about people that sacrifice the time, man, on their evening, especially maybe even here on the South on a Wednesday evening where it might even be your church night, right? But something about you realizes that you've got something special. And part of that is making the necessary sacrifices in order to do something special for your family, for your community, right? And ultimately, if you've got a global vision, something that you can transcend, local vision into a global vision, which means doing something around the world. And that's going to require more of us, right? In order to have the best business, you got to have the best you. and I'm listening to Jason go through, the ideas on the app, and I'm listening to Craig give a masterclass right on the mindset of someone that is qualified to really endure the hardships of life and build a successful business. And the things that I really want to talk to you about tonight, and just remind everybody, man, especially just in the U.S. launch, I'm well aware that there's people on this call from the global team that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, if not multiple millions of dollars a month. And I also want to say special thanks for them, man. They're the pioneers, right? It's a beautiful thing to know that you've got a company that's 4 years old, that's had people that was here when the product wasn't right, or the comp plan wasn't perfect, or the customer service wasn't what they wanted it to be. And they pioneered through all of those things. And so a special shout out to all of those leaders, right, that got in the trenches and really believed in this company, believed in the vision, and ultimately made it what it is today. I've heard the word hard thrown around a little bit, but you and I both know, man, that nothing that is easy is worth doing in life. Nothing that's easy is rewarding in life. And I don't really consider this hard. At some point, you got to pour your time into effort into something that you're doing. If you're trading time for dollars, it just means that you're renting your God-given skill to a boss that's paying you a wage for whatever you bring to the table. This is an opportunity for people that have a hunger, right? A deep burning desire to really go out there and win for themselves. If you've learned anything during the pandemic, you should have learned that most of your money runs short at the end of the month. You should have learned that there's multiple ways to do business. You should have learned that this age of technology, that we've got opportunities around us that allow us to participate in the global economy and ultimately really go become financially independent, right? Whatever that means to you. And so I love that Jason's passion is about not only getting on the call and teaching us some of these things, but I want to say to the field leaders, as much as we got training, if you don't know all the training, first of all, do your homework. I mean, Forex Insiders app gives you every tutorial and covers all the stuff that Jason was just talking about. Take the initiative. Be the real type of leader that takes ownership and responsibility of your business, and go indulge yourself. If that's your deal, if you're just wanting to make trades, right? The answers are in the Forex Insiders app. And yet at the end of the day, I love that he talked about giving yourself the discipline of, a demo account, and then the discipline of just 12 to 18 months. I like that language. That's the language of truly successful people, because we know nothing comes overnight, right? Anytime you see somebody on a mountain, we don't see the valleys that they went through. My mentor used to say, Kevin, they would say I was an overnight success. He would say I was an overnight success that was 20 years in the making. It meant that he had to go through some trials. He had to build his skill set in order to get to where he was going. And I keep hearing this word launch. And I want to remind everybody that you've got one opportunity to actually participate in a launch. One. This ain't something that will come another 3 months from now or another 6 months from now. You've got one grand opportunity to participate in a launch. Where will your business be in the next 60 days or the 90 days? Where will your income be? You know what I love most about this business, Craig? I love the fact that our income is the byproduct of the people that we help. When we get people in the system, stop overcomplicating the situation. We are all going to have questions on how to trade successfully. But the company has provided us the tools. It's provided us the videos. This is now the second time Jason's covered multiple aspects of how to actually make the trades. You're going to figure that out. But you know what we can control? Enrolling people, getting rank advance, taking full advantage of the 30-day promotion that Rawd and the corporate staff offered all of us to go make an extra 1,000, 1,700, 3,000, 10,000. I mean, where are my diamonds in the room in the next 30 days? Where are the topazes in the room in the next 30 days? You got one time to create your story. You got one time that when someone meets you in 60 days or 90 days or 120 days and says, hey, how did you get started? You don't want your story to be, I took 4 months to figure out the app and then I got busy. You know what you want your story to be? I wasn't for sure how to do this thing. I believed in the company. It was a launch. They already had massive success globally. I got involved. I started sharing the opportunity, and I was emerald in 3 weeks. I was diamond in my first 4 weeks, my first 5 weeks. You know what kind of story that is? If storytelling is the language of successful people, if storytelling is the language of the wealthy, you've got one opportunity to launch your business into a phase of epic proportion that comes across as legendary. You are the only person that can make this thing epic. You want to guarantee that you have an epic first month? Stop getting bombarded and completely slowed down by all the over analysis of things and get completely captivated and completely passionate about the opportunity to go create money. You know what I know, Jason? The average person in my little redneck town that I live in don't even have $100 to fund their Forex account. I can't start talking to them about trading, but you know what I can do? Get in a living room with them on a virtual call with them, get them an extra $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. And you know what they can do with that? Put aside a portion of that and start learning how to trade. Guys, I want you to understand that opportunities, right? Opportunities are constantly missed because so many of us already know the how-tos. Even on this call tonight are people that has made multiple seven figures in this industry. But you got one opportunity to really be at the forefront of something, of a company that it's already doing, once again, things that are breaking records in the network marketing industry. It doesn't need any of us to be a big deal. But the fact that they're here, the fact that at this time and now, I believe God has called and uniquely equipped each and every one of you for such a time as this. You know, Craig mentioned that word Kairos. I love to talk about that word. It's rarely talked about a lot, but Kairos is a divine moment. How many times have you prayed for an opportunity to win for your family? How many times have you prayed for God to send you something where you could be financially free, or you took a course on finances, or went to a conference all weekend long, how to learn from people that did mastermind retreats on creating residual wealth? And here God positions you in front of something where all that's necessary is for you to actually go put in the effort, for you to go actually put in the work. Only you can determine the pace of your business, the legacy of your business. You know, I keep thinking about the USA launch. And Jason, one of the things that I love, right, is the United States was founded on the idea of unity against oppressive power. It was founded on the idea that unity reigns supreme in every walk of our life. No great achievement in the entire world would be possible without unity. They were together. You should etch that in your mind. They were together in a way that brought them to a state of unity. And unity is not uniformity. It doesn't mean we like the same sports teams or the same foods. We don't like the same music or wear the same clothes, right? But we can, in other words, there's nothing wrong with us expressing our individuality without undermining the power of unity. But the idea of unity is rooted in the ability to see beyond your personal preferences and to care about the other people in your organization, that you don't feed them so much information that they fail to master the basics. What are the basics? Sharing the information, inviting people to a virtual meeting, an in-home meeting, being so completely enthusiastic about what you do that the fire and passion that exudes from your persona captivates the audiences that you've been assigned to. And so you may say, well, Kevin, I care. But let me ask you something. Do you care enough? Maybe you say, you don't understand, Kevin, I'm determined. But are you unusually determined? Maybe you're the type of person that's willing to say, you don't know me, Kevin, I'm pursuing. Yeah, but are you relentlessly pursuing? I love how John Maxwell describes unity by saying working together precedes winning together. The key word is working, working together, being totally concentrated on the income producing activities. Let me close by saying this, Jason. There was a study done, especially on the Bible, about all the key words like joy, words like faith. And one of the words that was studied was a word that the most people wasn't expecting to be studied, and the word was later. And that word later is the most dangerous word in your personal verbiage. It's the most dangerous word in your personal dialect. It's the ideology that I'll get to it later. I'll get to it tomorrow. One day, someday, when the timing is right, I'll get involved. The company's going to be here. Even the great wealth strategist named Solomon in one of his proverbs said, don't put it off. Do it now. Don't rest until you do. I want to encourage the field to take the initiative to go take the money of this company. This company's offering us crazy, insane amounts of money to just rank advance in the next 30 days. Are you going to rank advance in the next 6 months? You betcha. Are you going to get it done in the next year? I guarantee you will. But slow and steady doesn't win the race in network marketing. Speed is the currency of business. Sometimes people will say, well, you don't understand, Kevin. I'm just going to be slow and steady. I'm going to go at my own pace. I'm going to tell you something right now. Taking it easy and going at your own pace in network marketing will keep you broke. And you know how to keep you broke? Because when you're moving slow and steady, it means you're not getting anybody on your team rank advanced. You're not getting anybody in your team to burn bright inside with the level of vision that it takes to see the end result is closer. And you know how you get there faster? By doing the little things more consistently. You know what I found out, Jason? Everybody I've ever met in network marketing does all the right things. The problem is they do them sporadically. People that succeed at a high level just do the right things more frequently. What is the frequency of your personal behaviors? The frequency of the tempo and the speed in which you move at. Doesn't mean everybody's going to be a diamond tomorrow. Maybe your destiny's not black diamond, but you know what it could be? Caring deeply enough about the people that are connected to you to say, you know what? You only got one opportunity at a launch. You've only got one opportunity to be at the forefront of something that's growing here in the United States of America and has the capacity to change the world and to be a global platform for people to absolutely go out and radically change the way people look at finances in this world of uncertainty, in this world of financial decay, in this world that's being, washed away by an economic tsunami. You know who are getting wealthy? Problem solvers. You know what we got here at Success Factory? A solution to every issue that exists. I want to encourage every one of you to come be a part of this trailblazing group of misfits that dare to swim up tide against the river of mediocrity and to put their flag down and say, no more will I sit idly by under the tyranny of status quo. But today is the day that I rise up and lead my team to victory. Jason, what an incredible leader that you are. Co-owner, a CEO, a man of vision. Craig, Rawd, all the other leaders that are in the field that set an example for us all to follow. May we all take full advantage of this and to take our rightful place in our families and our communities as multimillionaires, not for the sake of bragging, but to have the resources in place to fund our visions, our God dreams, and to ultimately make a significant impact on the world. Thank you for having me, buddy.
Thank you for being a part of it, man. You've been a great friend, a great mentor. I appreciate you, humbled by you, and also humbled by all of our great circle of champions that are here rallying around this call from all over the world, all times of the day. I think, Kevin, you know just as well as I do that something magical is about to happen in the United States. And when everybody comes together, I love the word that you use, together and through unity. This is just the beginning. It's going to get challenging. It's going to get tough, but you know what? It's going to be a lot of fun, because one of the greatest things you could ever do is to dedicate your life to the empowerment of other human beings. And when we do it together, I think that you will see a tsunami of dreams coming true, a tsunami of history makers and destiny makers as well. So always ride the wave of life and always play big. I put 2 links into the chat group. I didn't want to interrupt Kevin, but I had to get it in before the end. 2 links that are there. One is for Success Factory USA Telegram group. We'll put links and trainings and manuals inside of there. Anybody can join that group. And the second one is I put a registration link for Saturday, April 30th from 10 to 2. It's going to be a small, intimate leadership meeting for the first 50 people that are there. The registration link is there. I'll also put it in the Telegram group later tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. Thank you for coming and believing in what we're doing. Congratulations to all of you who are part of the very first first time ever commission cycle in the United States. It's only the beginning. Get out there and create earned income, passive income, and portfolio income. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. Your teams deserve it. Your communities deserve to know what that feels like. And all of humanity is going to hear us roar over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's an honor and a privilege. Always ride the wave of life and always play big. We'll talk to you all soon. Thank you for being here. There'll be a recording. We'll make sure you get it in your hands.